Hey y'all, welcome to the Wellbeing Podcast, Season 2, Episode 3, and it's nice to be back with everybody. A few weeks of just craziness with summer going on in Austin, Texas, and it's just good to be back with everyone. This is your host, Scott Frost, along with your other host,
Sumer Basine.
I kind of don't even know where to begin. I've got a lot of fun things to cover, a lot of random things to cover, but Sumer, check in with me. What's been going on?
Well, I think if you listened to the last podcast, we told you guys about the drunk driver smashing into the gym. So he got off pretty. He got off pretty easy. He only got off with a Class B misdemeanor, and it's because they couldn't catch him in the act of drunk driving. They could only say he fled the scene, which he did do. He fled the scene.
In his car?
In his busted car, and the cops.
He was able to pull out.
And the cops followed like the broken trail of broken car parts all the way up to the parking garage, which is above my apartment, which is above my gym. So he just went right here, and they got him out of his residence, and they confirmed that it was his car, but they could not confirm he was in the car driving when it happened. So a lawyer could argue that he came back home and he started drinking after that whole escapade. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, you can't really confirm it unless someone was actually there to witness it. There was no one there to witness the actual person in the car. So, unfortunately, which is kind of crappy in my opinion, because I would think that's going to enable him to do the same crap again. He's only getting off the Class B. Yes, his insurance is going to take a big hit, but
so what's a Class B?
Class B is like a step up above like a traffic ticket.
Oh.
Just like fleeing the scene. That's it. You know, like that's
fleeing the scene. Oh, he wasn't in the car, but his car was in your gym.
Well, I mean, he reversed in the car. He took his car, he reversed after he smashed into the gym, hit some more signs, and then he drove off in the busted car to the parking garage. And he parked perfectly into the space, into his parking space.
Well, you got to take your time.
Yeah, right. You got to be careful about that. So anyway, with all that being said, now we ran classes regardless. Clients wanted to be in the gym anyway.
Of course they do.
They want to be in our space. We don't give a crap. Where's this guy? Let's go all show up at his door and show him what's up. But yeah, it's been fine, and they're finally rebuilding the door. We have a temporary door now. It's like a house door. But things are great. I think we've upped membership somehow in the time of being destroyed. We actually rebuilt in a way. We actually added like 10 new members in the past 3 weeks, which is pretty crazy, despite the fact that we got smashed into. So that's great. So that's all good. We're doing really well. Yeah, man, it's good. It's good.
The vibes are flowing out the door, so to say, yep. Along with the door. But congratulations, that's awesome.
How about you, dude? How you doing?
I'm good. The work at Acceleration's going amazing. Summer's in full swing, which means all of our athletes are out of school, and our days are packed, jam-packed. But the amount of progress that my guys and the other athletes working with the other trainers are making is just staggering. So Lake Travis is going to have an absolutely it could be one of the best high school football teams that you've ever seen in the state of Texas. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Besides, training obsessions and always that just doing the best that I can for my athletes. I think from the wellness standpoint, just with myself, fighting. We've talked about my low back and my knees and my laxities and stuff. So I had my third Prolotherapy treatment. And so Prolotherapy is actually, interestingly enough, I didn't know this, but it's like 200 years old. It's just dextrose and water. It's just sugar water. And it's injected into either the joint capsule, into the cartilage itself, or into some of the connective tissue, like the retinaculums, the fascias. And that it's kind of like, why do we always talk about getting sugar out of your diet? Inflammation. And it's just kind of like a hack in using that sugar to create like low-grade inflammation in your in the collagen spaces of the tendons, the ligaments, the fascial sheaths that bind those and keep those joints together. And it helps to kind of stimulate collagen to be laid down in those areas. So it's this really cool, like homeopathic, natural way to fortify your connective tissues when you've done a lot of damage. And it's working really well. I mean, Dr. David Harris, who's out at it's Center for Healing and Regenerative Medicine, CHARM.
Okay. That's cool.
Is one of the only 3 people in the world who do some of the regenerative medicine that he does, along with Prolo. But the thing with Prolo is a lot of people will kind of, not a lot, I should say. There are a number of doctors who will do it, but very few really embrace it. And also, that's because insurance doesn't cover it. So it's, $400 for my knees and my back. So it'd be like usually like $300 a treatment, something like that. But it's been $400, but I've been cost cutting everywhere else to make sure I get it, because I've kind of exceeded as far as my connective tissues could go. So it's gone pretty well. And he was trying to manage my expectations in the beginning and say, it's not going to take one treatment. I was like, I know. I was like, you're you're talking to the right guy. I'm the best client you've ever had. I said, best
longer
patient.
Than you think, right? That's our theme.
Yeah, exactly. Longer than you think. And I was like, well, it took me 10 years to screw it up, so I know it's not going to fix in one treatment. So, but yeah, that's been going well. My knees have gotten exponentially better. My range of motion for my kneecap. So if people missed that, I was a ballet dancer, professional ballet dancer for a number of years, and my kneecaps have rotated off my knees, and so I could go down to about 10 degrees of flexion before they twisted to the side, and I'm all the way down to just above 90. So
that's good.
That's great, and I've been able to start doing things that have some knee flexion, like pushing a sled backward.
Oh, good.
Backward sled pushes for my VMO, and my back, they took the injections from going just at my SI joints to literally all the way up the lumbar spread, the entire line of the QL, which I'd been saying, right? It was my QL that was all jacked up. And I was able to, for the first time yesterday, do trap bar deadlifts.
Cool.
I did. I just wanted to build a base. And
that's exciting.
So it was 75 pounds, but I did 100 reps over the course of an hour. Just
awesome.
Just kind of moving and laying just the foundation, and I'm just going to continue to put in a lot of volume, honestly.
That's awesome.
So
I mean, aside from the Prolo, you were smashing the outer structures.
Yeah.
So TFL, ITs, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I was trying to release the outside and then activation on the inside, and I was taping, remember, for a while, and actually I'm no tape anymore. And
good. Good.
I've been able to move around for the most part with my knees without pain, minus deep flexion, but it also sort of brought me to think about, I guess when you're not training and you love training, you think about all the ways you would want to be training, and you start fantasizing about my ideal splits, and oh man, if I was totally healthy, what's the program I'd run? Because you just start nerding out on this stuff in your own head, right? Yeah. But one of the things all that I really could do was a lot of bodybuilding. A lot of saving the bro, right? Check that out on YouTube. What's that? Organic Valley, Save the Bros. Save the bros. All right. But I couldn't do much, so I was like, you know what? I'm losing muscle mass. Yeah. If it's a simple curl and a cable press down and a chest supported lateral raise, like a bent over lateral raise,
nothing wrong with that.
Chest supported row, and
I love chest supported row.
Yeah, chest supported row is awesome. That's where you just put your chest down on an incline bench and row.
I feel like that's one of my weaker points, so that's why I love it. It just brings up all my weak stuff. Trapped in mid back.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the things I really like about it is you really can't break position. I mean, there's nowhere to go.
And your abs almost have to stabilize.
Well, and you have to drive through your legs because or else you're going to fall down the bench and you hit your nuts on the pad. Truth.
All the bros have that problem.
All the bros. Well, not too much if they take that many roids.
That's true.
That's true. So I've been hitting up the bodybuilding, and now that I'm able to kind of get back into more of my bigger lifting for strength and kind of working on my sprint drills, which I've been doing. I've been able to do more of my drills.
Yeah.
My sort of ideal split, right, is kind of borrowed from kind of a twist on what Corey Gregory's doing. He's the president of Muscle Farm.
Oh, yeah.
And he's kind of taken John Broz, another Broz, B-R-O-Z, who's an Olympic weightlifting coach for like Pat Mendez and some of the other big-time lifters, where they do like squatting every day and basically doing a squat variation every morning followed by he does lunges. So his whole thing is like squat every day, bench most days, and then that's kind of like his first workout of the day that he does like in the morning. And then, it's like under an hour. It's like about an hour. It's probably about an hour, 75 minutes. And then later on at night, he does like a golden era of bodybuilding, straight bodybuilding stuff. Nice. And it really started to appeal to me as there's been this kind of shift in the way that I've looked at training, right? And I'm starting to embrace bodybuilding for wellness, not just aesthetics, because what's the big problem we're going to face as we get into our mid-30s, late 30s, 40s is going to be muscle mass loss, right?
Yeah.
And I'm really starting to look at like doing some concentrated bodybuilding type of schemes and just stimulating the muscles in simple movements and even isolated movements, just to kind of keep my muscle where it's at, and maybe even to grow a little more, because I know that's going to be a concern. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think of that?
Yeah. No, I actually really like that. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to a client recently, and they were telling me that, what's more important? Are the compound movements more important than bodybuilding? Should I just focus on only lifting if I just want to be a better Olympic lifter? Should I just focus on powerlifting? I want to be a better powerlifter. And I do like the idea of bodybuilding because it really does focus on a lot of weak parts that you may have. And I think and they're both important to me. I almost think like your big compound lifts are like an assessment tool. Like that you find where shit's like off. You can go back into your bodybuilding and be like, all right, let's target the crap out of this and get this to come up. And that at least in my experience, it really translates well. And aside from getting those muscles to be stimulated, lots of activation, lots of mind-body connection. That's why I like bodybuilding too.
Yeah, me too.
You have to really focus, at least if you want results and you want to be effective, right?
You want to actually do it.
So, really focus on the mind-muscle connection so that when you go back to your compound lifts, you get a better appreciation for what needs to turn on. So I think it's a really good thing.
Right, and I think that even as the internet's so amazing because now you have access to watch so many people training from so many parts of all over the world. And the Chinese Olympic weightlifting team, they do full sessions devoted to bodybuilding. Yeah. I mean, those guys those are the most jacked Chinese guys I've ever seen in my life.
Apparently, I heard they put ice on their balls to increase testosterone levels. This is what I heard.
What?
I don't know how true this is, but I heard that they put ice, like an ice pack on their balls after they'll do like a set of snatch. And then, while they're waiting and their training partner is, going to the next set, they'll ice their balls. And apparently it's supposed to increase testosterone levels.
Where is this from a reputable source?
I mean, it was like a video, like a documentary, and they were showing.
Oh, really?
I mean, it wasn't like theonion.com or anything. It was, apparently reputable. And, I know there was a lot of work done by Tim Ferriss in regards to,
cryo.
Cold showers and cryotherapy and putting it around the fat pads of your trap. Putting in the fat.
Rhonda Patrick doing
a bunch of stuff. So I wonder if there's credence to putting it on your ball sack. I don't know, but it's interesting regardless.
Well, they have a very high price for success and failure. So I'm gonna hit my curls.
Yeah.
But it's kind of I'm starting to